are you? And welcome. Welcome back to Haunted Indiana, Ghosts and Strange Phenomena of the Hoosier State, written by James A. Willis. And for your Thursday, the 15th, spooky tale, we go to rocking your ghost to sleep. Laurel was one of the many towns that sprang to life in the 1830s with the arrival of the canal systems to Indiana, when Squires Clements made the decision to erect an inn in Laurel. He couldn't have picked a better spot than the corner of Franklin and Baltimore streets, because it was so close to the canal. When he opened up his Whitehall Tavern for business, offering hot meals, cold drinks, and a place to stay the night, Clement knew he was onto something. All he needed to do was sit back, wait for a boat to pull up to the dock, and then unlock the door to his tavern and rake in all that money. One morning, though, something different showed up at the tavern's door. It was a young woman, heavy with child, with her baby due at any moment. The woman was trying to get to her husband, who had taken a job out west. The woman, however, had become ill and too weak to carry on. Squires and his wife took pity on the woman and allowed her to spend the night at the tavern. It was their plan that perhaps after a good night's sleep and a good meal, the woman might be strong enough to continue her journey west. That night, though, the woman went into labor and gave birth inside the Whitehall Tavern. At that point, it was evident that for the time being, she was not going to be able to go anywhere. So the following morning, Miss Clements told the boat captain to continue on without the woman and to let the woman's husband know where he could find his wife and new child. When Miss Clements returned to the tavern to check on the mother and the baby, she became concerned. The child appeared sickly and the mother did not look much better. Clements did what she could and reassured the woman that she could stay at the tavern as long as she needed to. That night, as the Clements were asleep in bed, they were suddenly awakened by the sound of a crying baby. As they listened, they heard the mother walk across the floor, apparently to go pick up the child. Then they heard the sound of a rocking chair slowly creaking back and forth as the mother tried to rock her newborn child back to sleep. Throughout the night, Clements heard the baby cry. Always after that, they heard the creaking of a rocking chair moving back and forth across the floor. The next day, Miss Clements went in to check on the mother and the baby. Moments later, Squires heard his wife cry out. Both mother and child were in the rocking chair, dead, with the baby still in its mother's arms. They had apparently both passed away during the night. Heartbroken, Mr. and Mrs. Clements had mother and child laid to rest near the tavern. As for the woman's husband, he never showed up at the tavern, and some would say his wife and baby never left. For years after the unfortunate incident, people spending the night at the tavern have asked who the baby belonged to. They asked because they could hear the sound of a baby crying late at night. followed by the sound of someone sitting in a rocking chair and slowly rocking the baby back to sleep. After the passing of both the Clements, the tavern fell on hard times and was eventually closed down. In 2005, the building suffered extreme fire damage, but it still stands today, but without the ability to spend the night there. It is impossible to say if the ghost of the young woman and her baby are still there, or if they were finally able to move on. I don't know about you, but that one's going to keep me up at night. What did you think? Well, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. And if you want to come find me on social media, my links are in the description. If you liked this video, do give it a thumbs up, and please share this video. Sharing is caring. And with that, I love you all.